Hmm. I say, yes, Sandy, it is because of your opponent as we welcome Dreher to the show from the committee. Thanks for coming back. No one knows the Ace is better than you, so I definitely wanted you here for this conversation. Lo, can you, I saw someone tweet about Liberty adjustments and what they did or what they can do, and you had like an interesting reply. So what did you make of Sandy's comments about, just what she said? And what are we seeing from the Liberty?
I really don't know. I thought it was interesting because I remember one time a little earlier, she said, well, they were playing their best basketball and they had already peaked and now they're peaking again. But another thing, I just feel like they came out the first game and thought, oh, we're going to chalk it up. That was just a bad game. And I didn't see any adjustments to the second game. So now I'm just kind of like, what's tea? Like, did you just, what happened, girlie? Like, I'm utterly confused. Like, it looked like y'all made no changes from the first to the second game. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm shocked. I literally don't even have a lot of words because I'm really like scratching my head. Like, what happened? What?
Are there adjustments they can make, Lo? And then Terrika, you tell me what you think.
I think it's interesting because from the beginning of the season, we've been saying things like defense. Your defense has to be better. We've been saying like, other than Benaja, you might have to throw a KT in there. We've been saying these things all season. They got hot, so maybe it's gave you a little false confidence. Like maybe we don't have to work on it as much. And now it's here again. It's the Achilles heel. It's the defense. You can't have three girlies on the perimeter who can't defend. And I mean, at first, the girlies didn't want to hear it, but now here we are, and it's like, the girlies, feet in cement. I don't know.
Whew. They look distraught over there on the bench. Terrika, what do you think?
Listen, I was at the game sitting there looking like, I don't know who this is out here. But here's a couple things. One, I don't think the adjustment that can be made is an actual adjustment because the one thing that they need to do is score. Like their offense has been horrid. It's been completely. And that's not an adjustment you can make because you're not purposely like trying to miss shots. You're not purposely trying not to shoot well. So to say like, well, I need to adjust offensively, how? How do you adjust offensively? Like you just got to make shots, right? One of the best 3-point per shooting team, if not the best, and you're shooting less than 39% from three throughout the entire postseason. So it's difficult to say what adjustment you need to make when the main adjustment you need to make is one that you just got to just do it. You have to just do it. Second thing to me, I came into this matchup saying to myself, I cannot wait to see the guard play. I think this is going to be Chelsea and Courtney. I hear everything about Asia. I hear everything about JJ and Stewie. They're going to do what they do because that's just how they roll, right? That's what I said coming into it. Like, I ain't worried about them. I want to see how the guards are going to match up because to me, the team with the best guard is the team that is definitely going to take away with the win. And these two guards play differently. They have different roles, different responsibilities. And I had said coming into this matchup, I love the way that they move the ball with New York. I love the way they run through SLU. The Aces was like, okay, T, we heard you. Guess what? Not only are we going to do it, but we're going to do it better. And they have completely taken their game plan. They've been moving the ball effortlessly throughout this entire first two games. And the guards, Chelsea, Jackie, Kelsey, like they are making this, like they are the factors into this matchup right now. Courtney Vandersloot says, I ain't seen you since Connecticut. Sabrina, I ain't seen you since game one of Washington when you put up seven threes. Like, I haven't seen you. And then I get the slack when people tell me that I'm wrong or I'm hating on New York, when I say that I think Sabrina is a defensive liability, her defense, and that's okay in terms of to say that. I don't mean it's okay to be a defensive liability. I mean, it's okay to say that about a player because it's the truth. Not every player plays both sides of the ball. Some people are just very good offensively and defensively. It's just not their strong suit. Well, I'm one who will argue, and Lo, please tell me if you agree or disagree. I think their strongest starting five is also their weakest five defenders. And that's a problem.
Absolutely.
Because that's the bottom line.
Wait, Lo, before you do, because I just want to say, this whole, like, Sabrina hasn't shown up. Neither has Sloot. But the thing about it, we know Sloot does show up. So I don't know what's going on with her, but we've seen her perform. But this is the big stage for Sabrina. And what I see is that she gets taken out of the game when, like, they're targeting her. Like, let's just call it, that's what's happening. They're targeting her. And, like, she's not finding other ways to impact the game. So maybe you're not getting into a natural rhythm. Okay, fine. I get that. That happens with shooters, but you can still assist and help create points. There's other things you can do aside from also you need to work on becoming a better defender. But I'm just saying there's other ways and other things you can do to impact the game. And then, like, what you said about their offense, Terrika, I just think that, like, and I know it's a difficult thing and you probably can't do it, but the times that they have gone on runs, the times that they've gotten some instant offense has been what Lo defines as an X factor. And that's when Marine comes into the game. You know what I'm saying? And they've gotten a little, offense there, right? But I feel like maybe switch it up, maybe start her first, but, like, I know they're not going to do that, but there has to be something you can do to switch things up. They're going to have the crowd at home. They're going to have, some energy behind them, but they got to do something, Lo.
Yeah, I know the start Marine thing. I feel like it's more the same. I feel like, she's like the perfect X factor to me. She's a little streaky. You just never know. She can get hot, but she cannot get hot. And then she presents the same issues with defense. So it's like, yeah, but no, you might have some of the same thing. I don't know. I just feel like Slooty needs to get it together. Y'all, the girlies are they're just out of sync. And I do want to give credit to the Aces because they are out of sync, but the Aces have come out hooping. Defensively, offensively, it's like at one point you thought the Liberty was going to get back in the game. The Aces said, psych, I just needed a break. I'm turning back up. And if the Aces have it's like they hit a whole nother level. Like, you really, like, we thought we saw some of the Aces' best basketball, and like, oh, no, that's nothing. Like, we got another level. And I think it might have shocked the Liberty, too, in the first game. They're like, what's going on? But got to give some credit to the Aces as well because they have completely I'll be watching, like, WTF, what is going on? Like, they look.
We gotta give credit to.
Yeah,
we gotta give
that Aces defense is just crazy.
She showed up.
She's single-handedly the reason that they're even having a moment to stay in this game. Like, in game 2, Jonquil was the reason that they were even as close as they were, especially in that second quarter. The second quarter that quarter felt more like, New York was trying to find a rhythm, trying to find their way back. She was really, doing a decent job down there trying to keep them off the glass a bit. Because if you look at the paint points in game 2 were pretty equally matched, right? I think it was 30 to 32 or something like that. So they were finding ways to get the ball inside, but it was the guards. The outside shooting was crazy.
And I think for me, one of my biggest things was at the start of the series, I said it's going to be defense and adjustments. And when JJ did her thing in that second quarter, at the halftime, they came out, Kia was off of her, Asia was on her, and she scored maybe 4 more points and got like 2 more rebounds. So the name of the game is adjustments. And I just feel like I have not seen any adjustments from New York. I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, Becky adjusting her behind off because she talked about it in the post game. She was just like, yeah, we said it was, JJ and basically Sabrina that was like really hurting them in past games. And so when they did their little thing in the second quarter, she put Asia on JJ and that was all she wrote, because JJ didn't do much after that, and so like, but I mean, we know Becky has the skills to do that, but
yeah, absolutely.
You want to see some fight from them though, right? Like, did it not seem to y'all like it felt at times that, especially at the end of game 1, but even in game 2, it just felt like at times that they had just given up. Like, you didn't even see like the try after a while. They were like, come on.
That's why I think they literally got like shocked. I think they might have not. I don't want to say in awe because not like, oh, I'm looking at them like they're so amazing, not like that, but really like. They came out and got punched in the mouth and they was just like, what? That's what I think happened.
I think that's a good point. I think. Go ahead, Lo. I'm sorry.
I just think they just got punched in the mouth, and I think they were shocked, and I think, you know, because I mean, hey, like they are down Candace, they are down this. We've done this. We played very well. These girls coming out like this. I don't think. I'm not saying I don't think they thought the Aces would be a game. That's not true. They're smart. They're smarter than that. But I don't know if they expected that. I don't, and I think they got punched in the mouth. And I think, like I said, it was no adjustments. I think they thought the first game was just like, oh, we just had a bad game. We'll do better next game. No,
That's what I wanted to ask you. But like, do you think I don't want to say like, they were drinking, the Kool-Aid or their own, but do you think like based on what they did during the season, they probably felt like they were a more evenly matched team, with the Aces. And at least right now, based on what we've been seeing, it doesn't even look like they're in the same stratosphere as them. And so I'm not saying that they came out like thinking, oh, we could take it easy, but I do think you could be right that there's a little shock and like, I mean, we thought we were with these guys. I
can see that. I can see that. And I mean, like, like I said, I don't think they thought like we got this easy. No, of course not. But I do think you do have like, oh, we've been here, but not been here before in the finals, but we played this team before. It's been 5 games. Like, we can compete with these girls. We could do this. We could do this. So when you come out and it's like, oh, now you're back against the wall and you kind of like, what's going on? So I could see a little bit of that for sure.
You know what I also think too, and this isn't an excuse. This is just the way that the name of the game goes. I think first of all, 40 games is a lot, right? Mm-hmm. 40 games is a lot. And if you look at the way that this New York team has played throughout this entire season, the first half of the season, Stewie put on a show. Stewie had 4 40-point performances. She was holding it down for almost everything, right? Mm-hmm. And now we're coming to the end, and it's like, this is where you need the most energy. This is where we need most of you to really showcase your star power. And I think these girls is tired. Why I don't feel that way about the Aces is because they smart. And let me not say that because I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying that New York isn't. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is they have learned how to maximize their off-season time without having to go overseas. So their bodies are rested different. Their bodies are constrained, and they have been in this position before to know physically what it takes to play together this late in the season. And I stress the word together because yes, you have former champions on that New York roster, and you have, a player like a Jonquil Jones who's had to play in several finals before. So you know what it means to be in this position. You know what it means to play here, but it's different when you're playing with a familiarity like the Aces are playing with that the Liberty right now just don't have. When you add that along with the fact that y'all spent a lot of your off season overseas, came into a season, started off very slow, so you had to fight really hard in order to get to this position, maintain that number 2 status. And then even in the postseason, your road to the finals, very different than the road that the Aces had. A little bit more challenges with Washington and Connecticut. I feel like they are just, and I'm not giving them the excuse. So don't quote me and say Terrika said they tired, and that's not what I mean. I'm just saying that I think fatigue is a factor, but you know what it is when you hear. And at the end of the day, y'all are not showing up the way that we all expected you to. And if you don't figure it out by Sunday, we all going home on Monday.
Well, let me ask this question. Actually, no, before I ask this question, I just want to actually give a little flowers to the Aces because like we're just witnessing dominance on display. And Terrika, you and I were talking earlier, and I told you, I really do. I know some people are like, oh no, we're not getting the 5 games and we're disappointed. And yeah, I thought it was going to be a battle, but I'm also equally as much enjoying this because I'm like, these girls are putting on a show. They're having so much fun while they're winning. And the camaraderie of this group, just in general, how they are throughout the season and now, it's so much fun to watch. Like I love their post game after when they were all at the podium, the starting 5. Like that was one of my favorite things. That was one of my favorite things to watch and see. And I'm just like, they all posted up, some of them with sunglasses. They're just so fun to watch. Yeah. And Yeah, there you go. Can we see the tweet that goes with this? I want to see the tweet because the person was like, whoever Women's Hoos, when they tweeted this, they were like, after the girlies got jumped. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like the poor Liberty, like no one is, and after you jump the girl, like what is this? I mean, that's hilarious to me. Those are just my thoughts on like as I watch this. So like, what things are you both enjoying as you watch this unfold, since we're not getting what everyone thought it was going to be?
For me, I'm enjoying watching Jackie because her plight has been one to see. She is hooping, okay? Even KP for me, because I'm really hard on KP. I'll admit it. I'm super hard on KP, but KP has been doing her thing, not even on the offensive end, on the defensive end. Her help side has been amazing. She coming and getting steals. Her energy has been amazing. She does get in a little times when she start taking bad shots, but that's just who she is. We got to take the good with the bad. But she has been driving to the basket. She has been picking her shots. I got to shout out KP. I have to, because I feel like I'm so hard on her. Chelsea, just to see her excitement, not even for herself. Chelsea gets so excited for everybody else. Like, she's like the happiest. Kia, to see Kia do her thing, I was like, go ahead, Kia. Let me find out. But just hearing them speak life into each other, the funniest thing to me was their notes they wrote to each other. And I think you can tell the difference. The Liberty's notes is like, y'all cool. But the way Asia wrote that note, that's how you talk to somebody that's your girl, that's been your girl for years. That's how you talk to them. So you can tell like they just love each other. And just even them on the bench, like KB is hilarious. Like all of it's just so fun to watch.
You know what? My favorite part so far, sis, has really been the real competition, which has been the branding and marketing between the Aces and the Liberty, because they given. These halftime performances have been given. The crowds, the star power, people coming out, people wanting tickets. And what really makes me so excited about all of that is that it is Black women leading the charge on both ends. Because I'm going to go there, y'all. I love, you got Lil' Kim. Bet nobody talked to me on Sunday, because Lil' Kim coming out on Sunday. And I'm talking about, I'm cutting up. So don't nobody look for me on social for about a good two minutes. I know, right? I can't run on the court. I want to get put out. But I love Lil' Kim. And I can't wait. Too Short was at the game on Wednesday. I love it. And I'm going to throw some flowers to Deandra Duggins, who is the Vice President of Branding and Marketing for the Aces. She, as well as, Team President Nikki Fargas and General Manager Natalie Williams, to have these Black women come together and really say, this is how we want to move forward with the brand. This is how we want to continue to highlight what our fans like and appreciate and what our team looks like and appreciates. And then on the New York Liberty side, with Shanna Stevenson, with Kia Clark, with Chrissia, who all of those people, the Senior Director of Entertainment, and Ellie, Lord knows, Ellie is the best mascot in the business. You tearing it up, okay? You get this. This value is what the WNBA deserves. It is just flat out what they deserve. So that's my part. If I ain't watching the court, I'm here for the halftime.
Okay, well, before I let you both go, I just need very quickly, is it going to be a sweep or we get in the game 4? Low, and then I'll give Terrika the last word.
This you already know what I'm going to say. Get the brooms out. Get them out. My girl had it for All-Star Weekend, her and Chelsea. Get them out.
Oh, yes, I need to see that again.
Get them out.
Terrika, who you got? What do you got?
Okay, so for the sake of the show, I'm going to say the Liberty going to get one. I ain't going to say if that's really how I feel, but for the sake of the show, I'm going to just say, Liberty, don't go home on Sunday. Please stay another game. That's all. Stay another game.
All right, Lo, thank you for joining us. It has been so much fun. Appreciate you. We will see. Problem. We will see if we're talking about the finals next week or if it's going to be, well, we'll be talking about next week regardless, but is it going to be later into the week or not? We'll find out. Have a good weekend. We will be back.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.